March 14, 1945, outside Reims, France. A former Luftwaffe training base turned prisoner camp wakes before sunrise. The mess hall stretches long and drafty, concrete sweating cold, air thick with boiled barley and weak coffee. Frost feathers the windows, boots scrape. At the center of every table sits the morning's order, chipped white enamel mugs, blue rims thinned by years of handling. Women enter in a loose line. Anna Vogel, 27, wraps bandaged hands inside her sleeves. Marta Klein, 41, counts ribs through a patched coat. Hunger has trained them to brace for jokes, barking orders, or hands snatching food away. They expect laughter to follow. It doesn't. American soldiers already seated lower their eyes. Cutlery pauses. Steam lifts from the mugs, carrying burnt grounds. One cup lands too hard. Coffee sloshes against enamel. Anna hears that sound. Then the quiet around it. When her mug is set down, she cups it with both palms, warmth bleeding into cracked skin, waiting for what always comes next. Nothing comes. The hall holds its breath. Morning light stalls at doors. March 14, 1945, the same hall outside Reims breathes cold air and sleet. Condensation ghosts the walls. The enamel mug rests between Anna Vogel's palms, heat steady, surprising. For weeks the women traded rumors like ration cards. Marta Klein believed breakfast would be a test, eat fast or lose it. Ingrid Schaefer, 19, expected shouting. Others expected stares that stripped them bare. The mug measures time. No hand removes it. A young American corporal moves the line, name tape reading Harris, age 22. He lifts the pot, pours, refills, says nothing. Coffee smells flat and burnt. His fingers shake, then settle. He does not look directly at them, eyes fixing on rims and tables. The women notice, unsure why it matters. No announcement follows. No rule is spoken. A small gesture points toward bread. Anna breaks a piece, dips it, watches liquid darken crumb. The sound is soft. Marta copies her. Someone swallows, fear loosens, making room for doubt. If this is a trick, it is patient. The mug stays warm. The room stays quiet. But this was not the moment they would remember forever. Later mornings would quietly rearrange what safety meant for everyone present inside that hall. Late March 1945, the mess hall outside Reims settles into cold routine. Damp coats hang heavy, mornings smell of barley and steam. The enamel mug carries new scratches from stacking, small white scars circling the blue rim. The women have learned the rule no one explained. Sit, wait, drink. Anna Vogel notices another detail. The mugs are never counted back. One vanishes most days, cracked, traded, wrapped in cloth. No voice rises. The object shifts from ration to permission. Corporal Harris drags a crate closer, wood rasping concrete. He pours carefully. When Ingrid Schaefer's mug empties, he refills it before she asks. The choice is tiny, almost invisible. Ingrid's shoulders drop a fraction. She had believed kindness required language or power. Instead, it arrives as heat held steady. Men do not laugh. Women do not rush. Swallowing replaces boots. Days pass in montage, frost, then mud, barley, then bread, cups lifted, set down. The hall learns quiet, but the real shock came later, not because coffee improved, but because the mug's meaning began to move. Silence stretches longer each morning, stitching patience into hands, into backs, into breath, promising consequences still unseen beyond the wire and beyond tomorrow itself slowly. April 2nd, 1945. Rain turns the yard to mud outside Reims. Inside, the hall smells of wet wool and steam. Enamel mugs line tables like markers. Elsa Richter, 52, pauses at the doorway. Fingers stiff, breath shallow. Anna Vogel slides her own mug halfway across without speaking. It is the first exchange. Elsa cups it with a scarf, careful not to spill. Corporal Harris sees the movement. He pauses, then sets an extra mug between them. No reprimand, no nod, just placement. The room reacts without sound. Plates stop clinking, quiet deepens, not with fear but attention. The mug becomes proof that nothing will be taken for helping. Coffee tastes less bitter. Rain drums steadily. A montage follows. Sleeves drying on backs, mugs returning to places, shoulders loosening. Women sit longer than required. No smiles appear. None are needed. Breakfast ends without command. Mugs remain on tables, cooling, waiting. Something fragile has survived the morning, and it asks to be repeated. Outside, guards shift weight, boots sinking. Inside, the object holds. The real lesson is not spoken yet. But it has begun to travel through hands, through waiting, through the quiet agreement forming between strangers under rain-darkened roofs nearby. June 1945, the camp outside Reims thins and quiets. Summer light leans through open windows, flies buzz against glass. The mess hall smells faintly of old grounds and dust. Enamel mugs are chipped further, handles loose. Names are called. Papers stamped. Women leave in small groups. Anna Vogel is thinner, steadier. She keeps one mug wrapped in cloth inside her bag, unsure when she started doing that. The object has weight now, not warmth. On her last morning, Corporal Harris stands by the pot, uniform faded. He pours slower. The mug in Anna's hands is cool, the pot nearly empty. She expects a rule revealed, a final word. Instead, he taps the rim once, metal on enamel, so she knows it's full. The sound is small. They do not exchange names. Anna carries the mug past the wire, gravel shifting under shoes. With each step, its weight changes, slosh to stillness. It is no longer borrowed heat. It is memory, dense and ordinary. Years later, she will struggle to explain why this mattered. How a cup taught her what safety felt like without asking permission or leaving marks anyone could photograph afterward. Early autumn, Baden-Württemberg, Germany. A community hall smells of weak coffee and rain. Folding chairs scrape. Windows rattle softly. Anna Vogel is 71. Hands spotted. Movements careful. On the table before her sits the same enamel mug, rim bluer, handle repaired with wire. Across the room, a man hesitates. Thomas Harris, 66, retired, carries his own mug, chipped the same way. He recognized it immediately. They sit without ceremony. Steam rises thin. The smell is familiar but faint. They speak in fragments, dates, places, Reims. The object carries what words won't. Anna touches the rim. Harris nods. No apology appears. None is required. Outside, rain slows. Inside, mugs cool together. What they shared was never about coffee. It was about a decision repeated until it became normal. The reunion is brief. Chairs fold. Lights dim. The mugs remain after they leave, side by side, waiting for someone else to notice what restraint looks like when it chooses to stay. Later that evening, autumn, the same community hall in Baden-Württemberg sits empty. Chairs are stacked. A caretaker wipes tables. 2 enamel mugs remain, forgotten near the edge. Light is dim. Air smells of old grounds and rain-damp coats. The object has completed its work. Once a ration, then permission, then memory, it rests without instruction. Decades earlier, it absorbed fear, fingers shaking, breath held. Tonight, it holds something quieter. Proof that restraint can be active, that silence can be generous. No flags hang. No speeches echo. No orders are barked. Just a cup passed, refilled, not taken away. Footsteps fade. The caretaker pauses, adjusts a handle with wire, sets the mugs closer together. Outside, rain ticks, then stops. Time stretches. The hall learns stillness again. The way it once learned patience. One ordinary morning after another, without witnesses, without praise, left unmarked except by breath, warmth, waiting, repetition, habit, mercy, trust, returning, quietly. History records loud moments. People remember warm ones. What keeps us human is often not what is said or won, but what is simply set down and left within reach. If this story stayed with you, hold it. Share it with someone who needs a quieter truth.